Hello, I'm Boz, and I'm co-owner of Boz Saddlery with my wife Annie. And for years, I think we have now a total of 450, 500 different items that we custom build in our shop. And so many different customers have always wanted to know how to adjust this and how to clean that, basically how to ride it. So what we're going to try to do today, the best we can, is to come up with some steps on how to fit the pads, how to adjust the saddle, where it should sit. Then I'll go get a horse. We're going to show how it goes on the horse and do some riding, show you some different things. And it's kind of like we call the system of Boz U-Edit. This is really a small company. It's a family-owned company. We've been doing it probably for about, well, I've been doing it since 1975, so over 30-something years that I've been working on this stuff. I worked with a gentleman named Monty Foreman, without a question, has done more for the horse world than anybody I've ever met. And he taught 95,000 students. Out of that, 22 of us became instructors, and I believe there's only 2 or 3 of us left in the world today. So you'll see with our technique, and I now have changed it and added things and my own thoughts, and came up with a new system called Bozzage, B-O-Z-Z-A-G-E, and it was designed to be 95% more effective than dressage towards training a top performance horse and a super rider. And we're going to show you, because of the gear and our technique, why I can help you and your horse get 95% more. Without saying much more, I'll just start going through some of these things we have hanging up, and this is just kind of a quick thing on most of the things we use. Okay. The next thing is we got lead ropes that I've designed that are guaranteed. We have 2 different style of snaps. This is a beautiful lead rope that lasts lifetime. They never get stiff. You can tie anything up. And these snaps that I use in this particular lead rope, just the snap alone is $20 wholesale. It's completely pinned all the way through here. It's impossible to break. They're braided back inside. They're whip stitched. They're absolutely gorgeous lead ropes, and you don't ever have anything breaking. From there we go to the next generation of lead rope, and I call this my ultimate lead rope. Oop. And the purpose for that is they're a little bit longer. They're for really working different problem horses, and they have what we call a monkey fist that I braid in them. A little bit different snap, a quick release snap on the end that you spin it, they open up. You close it and spin it and they lock. So if you got a horse hung up, you would just spin the cartridge and they open up. But the neat part is this monkey fist that I braid on the end. And the purpose for that is to be able to get a horse. If you had a horse on the end of this and you wanted to work the rear end to make him step out of your space, like some of these clinicians are doing, then this monkey fist works wonderful to be able to move the rear end or the front end to move different parts. The other thing that's wonderful is if you're leading a horse and he wants to pass you, it's wonderful to be able to take it. You got your horse in this hand here, and you're leading him along, and he wants to pass. All you have to do is be able to work this like a helicopter or an airplane, and he will not walk into this monkey fist. Okay? And he will stay back in his space. But you can use this to work different parts of the animal because of this knot on the end, and it makes it very handy to hang on to and not slip and slide out without having a loop. Great lead rope. One of the things that I get a lot of calls on, or on a leash that I designed and patented some time back, and one size fits all, we hand braid them. And what's unique about this leash is that you have a ring at the end. If you take your rope and push it up through the ring, what's going to happen is that you'll have 2 loops, one in front and one in back. Okay? Let's try that again. All you do is come from the bottom, push it up through the ring, and what's going to happen is you're going to have 2 loops. And I'm going to get a little dog over here. She's probably never had it on. We have a little stopper. There's a little leather stopper. Highway. Come here, Highway. Highway. Come here, Highway. Here she goes. And what you do with the loops As you can see, there's, you know, that the one in front and one behind. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Is that it works in a way that it works on a figure 8. Kind of looks like this. Come here. And you bring the figure 8, both loops, over their neck, and the back loop, make their front feet step through it. And once they step through it, it makes a figure 8 over their back, and it tightens up. In this case, I've got it where it's tightening up on the neck. But if you want to be where you're not tightening on the neck, all you do is take it off. Let me turn her sideways. I'm going to turn it around. And there's instructions that come with it. I have the 2 loops. If I can get her to stay still. Make sure I get this right. Good girl. I'm going to take and push it up. And there'll be one that pulls on the behind her legs and one in front. I take both the loops. I'm going to slide both the loops over. The one that's back, I'm going to make her step through it. 1 leg, 2 legs. Take the leash, goes around the neck and behind the legs, and as you can see, that it tightens up on the barrel and not the neck. One size fits all, and then you can slide this leather down so it stays in place, and then slide off the pup. Get this kind of worked up a little bit here. Come around, if I can get her to. Once you get it just for your dog, then it stays the same. And as I walk the dog, and if I was to pull, it tightens up on the barrel behind her legs, not around her neck, unless I reverse it. It's a great little leash. One size fits anything from a Chihuahua to a St. Bernard. And it was really designed, I designed it for my wife's pot-bellied pigs because they were so little and would get running and run out of everything. So we made this little figure 8. Take that off. Take that off. Okay. I'll let her go back in the shade. And all it does is it runs up through the ring. And then your little leather stops. You slide this accordingly to the size dog. Or you can push it all the way back to the handle and don't have to have the leather stop. But we put it on there for those that want a leather stop. Okay. And the reason why I brought that up is I get a lot of people asking about that and how to adjust it. So there's that.